to everybody. That's why she's going over to that area. When you look at, come here, Goldie. Thank you. And she grunts. Camels grunt a lot. And I want you to hear this. Let me see if I can get her to grunt a little bit, because it's such a quiet little communication. Sit over it. Anything? Nothing? You guys can hear it over here. It's kind of a grunt, like, that's what I want. Because she wants the grain. Now she weighs about 1,400 pounds, and she can pull me all over the place if she wanted to right now. But she doesn't. You know, she's really comfortable with everything that we're doing. The hump is full of fat on camels, and when we bought her, she had no hump whatsoever. She was so skinny. No hump, her stomach just all the way up. People that had her really loved camels. They were good people. They had beautiful horses. They just didn't know much about camels. And we went to vets from all over the world. Within 2 months, she gained 150 pounds. So 75 pounds a month. When you go to her back, in the beginning it was straight across, and then it would come a little bit more of a ridge, more of a ridge, and more of a ridge, until she had this nice hump that she has over here. Now she looks a little mangy. She's losing her hair. Camels actually lose their hair once a year. Now move back over here a little bit more. Come here, Goldie. Once a year, you can hear her grunting again. Over here. There you go. Right here. She's like, come on, be my granddad. No, I don't want you right over there. I want you with your face towards everybody. All she's thinking about right now is, where's my grain? There you go. Right there. There you go. Good girl. Every summer, they lose their winter coat. If they kept it, they would overheat. So the thin hair grows all year until it gets very, very long, like she has over here, and then it sheds. So we just go up to our camels, and we just pull it off like that. Isn't that amazing? I mean, you just go like this, and it's very relaxing. You know, when it's ready to go, you just start pulling it off, and then you can get it spun. We're going to go here later on today, where our friend is actually going to spin the camel hair. It's very soft and very, very nice. So we just work on our camel, pull it all off, just like that. I was doing a show at one of the fairs, and every time I brought the camel facing people, it was like this. So by the end of the fair, this whole side was completely clean, and the other side was all furry, and people just didn't know why it was like that. But we can just pull it off. So we left a little bit over here just to show you guys, when you're out there and you're feeding one milk to the camels, look at them, because some of them will have a lot of fur on them still, some won't have any at all, and it just depends on how they work and how they shed it. But it's very, very, very natural for them. Now, I was talking about them overheating. There's a really neat thing with camels. Like, they don't want to waste any water on sweating. So what they do is, instead of staying at 98.7 degrees all the time like us, they let their body temperature rise. So, you know, if you were 103 degrees, you'd be really, really sick. Camels' body temperature can go up to 107 degrees on a hot day. They're not sick, that's just natural. And at night, when you go to your camel and touch it, it's just exuding all this heat until in the morning, it's 98.7 again. Did anybody see us on Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe? And when they got there, they said, well, what kind of dirty jobs can we do? And we said, there's not really dirty jobs with camels, but you can take their temperature. And, you know, it's not oral. He took the temperature. And the camels are okay with it. But the reason that we'd actually take the temperature of like 4 or 5 camels is because we don't know what the ambient temperature of the herd is. Like right now, our camels aren't 98.7. You know, they're probably like 100 degrees. She's probably 101 degrees right now. So you check the temperature on 5 camels, you find out what the ambient temperature of the herd is, and then you can tell if one camel is running a fever. That's how you can actually tell with the camel. Everybody else is 101, she's 106. There's something wrong with her. She's not feeling that good. But they're really, really sweet animals. Now, if you look at them, you can see they have these big pads over here on their elbows and on their knees, and a big chest pad right over there also. Those will protect them when they lay down. Camels lay down in order to sleep and relax a lot of time during the day, and all the time when the sun goes down, they're laying down all night until the early morning. So when they lay down, they don't want their sensitive skin to be torn by thorns or rocks or anything on the sand, and they develop these big calluses. When they're born, they don't have any calluses at all. It's just fur growing over here. And the first time we raised a little bottle-fed baby, when he was 2 weeks old, I was petting him, and then suddenly the whole skin with the fur came off of where the pad is. And we thought he was sick. So we started putting antibiotics on it, creams and everything, but that's totally normal. It just, everything peels off over here, and then there's a beautiful pad underneath it. They can go 10 hours a day with 600 pounds on their back. That's just an amazing workload. There's one of the only animals that can carry half of their weight. all day. A friend of ours is a Tuareg from Mali, and he actually uses the camels to carry the salt from the mines. They go for 45 days with 600 pounds on their back. They have 300 camels in their whole group of camels. And he tells us that if one camel isn't harnessed correctly and the salt falls off of it, you have to stop all the camels, everybody has to lay down, you have to redo like 40 camels around it in order to make sure everything is correct again. During that time, guess how many times the camels drink during those 45 days? One time, that's it. They carry the water for everybody, they carry the food for everybody. They go 2 weeks plus without drinking any water. They get to this one place, they drink, and then they go on again. Totally natural for these camels to do this. That's totally natural. That's how they're built. They're built to conserve water. She'll actually lose 20% of her body weight in water during a time like that. It'll be a bathtub full of water. Drink it in a few minutes. Now I've seen them at the oasis drinking the water, and they just look like big balloons. They're just this big. 20 minutes later, water is absorbed into their blood system. Our blood cells are round, the red blood cells are round, they don't change shape. Their red blood cells are oblong. So they're like balloons. They fill up with water and they empty out of water when they don't have enough. If they have no water to drink, they actually would... You think he has something for you? What is it that you want? She's very friendly and she loves kids. I mean, that's what she wanted to come over to you and say hi. And sometimes at shows we'll have somebody with a stroller nearby, and instead of coming out and getting her grain, she'll run right over to the stroller and put her head in it. And I think that's kind of scary for kids, you know, it's this big dragon coming towards you, bigger and bigger and bigger. We're going to say bye to Goldie right now.
Hi, Goldie.
Hi, Goldie. She's a wonderful, wonderful girl. She's pregnant, by the way. We should have a baby next April.